What is up, everyone? My name is Naveed, and today in this video we're going to be talking about Hedera HBAR's road to $3. In this video we're going to be talking about HBAR right now, current crypto market. We're going to be talking about HBAR's potential partnership with BlackRock, and we're also going to be talking about the ultimate price targets that I have for HBAR this bull market that's about to kick off, because right now we're sitting in 2024 and the bull market is really going to be kicking off in 2025. Right? And before you guys come at me and say, and down below in the comments, that we've already talked about BlackRock for the last 3 years, yes, we have. And overall, the crypto market, I mean, a lot of people know this, that there's a lot of been talks, there's a lot of things that have been going on where people have assumed that BlackRock is going to be one of the partners for HBAR over the last 3 years. The thing is, now it's a lot different because now you have adoption. You have a lot of adoption. You have a lot of companies that are open to the idea of tokenization. You have a lot of companies open to the idea of cryptocurrencies and putting them on their balance sheets, right? So there's a lot of new and different things that have happened. So now, that being said, we're going to get right into it. First, we're going to be talking about HBAR Right Now. And before we start, what I really want everyone to do, because I know that there's a lot of people that are going to be watching this video that are new, I want you to go down below and click that subscribe button and leave a comment down below if you're invested in HBAR or not, right? And then also I want you to like this video, because that helps the algorithm push this video out to more people that are either, number one, looking to understand what HBAR is, or number two, trying to find a cryptocurrency in the next bull market. So you want as many people that are interested in altcoins to find out what HBAR really is. So that being said, I want you to go down below and click that like button and subscribe, because I'll be posting more videos about HBAR. So now let's get into it. So right now, as you guys can see, HBAR is sitting at $2 billion. Right now it's at about almost 5 cents. It's 5 cents, a little bit above that, but that's what we're sitting at right now. Now, when you're looking at the overall, this is a really quick overlap of, we're just going to go over it really quick. As you guys can see, over the last, literally this year, since almost January, we have seen a upside of almost about 17 cents. And since then, we have worked ourselves down to about 5 cents, right? So now we're sitting right here in this zone. And from here, we really have to understand that we are literally at the rock bottom. Right? There's a lot of upside from here. There's little downside, but there's a lot of upside, right? You want to be in coins that have a lot of upside, okay? So that's just a really quick overview about HBAR and where it's at right now. Today's October 22nd, so that's what I'm talking about. This is the chart from October 22nd of 2024. So now, also, I really want to get into the current crypto market. The current crypto market is right here. So this is Into the Cryptoverse. This is by Benjamin Cohen, and we're going to be quickly going over the chart and where we are. As you guys can see, almost every single year or every single bull market, we've had a post-halving, and the post-halving has led to a bull market, right? As you guys can see from here, you guys can see it over here. You saw a little local top here, and then an ultimate top over here in 2013. And then since then, we have extended and overgone. But the thing is, recently, we haven't really seen a bull market of the magnitude that we saw in 2018. I mean, we did have a bull market back in 2021, but you also have to understand that was also post-COVID, and there were a lot of things that were happening in the economy and a lot of things overall, right? So what I really believe is right now, you have to understand that HBAR and the overall crypto market play a huge role. I mean, these two things are interconnected, just like any cryptocurrency. If the market grows, so will HBAR's market cap, and so will the value of the bag that you're holding in HBAR. So it's very important to look at exactly what's going on in the market and how it's going to affect you. As you guys can see right now, this is where we are. We're sitting almost about $2.3 trillion of the overall market cap of cryptocurrencies. Since from right here, we have a lot of upside. I mean, we have seen it over here on and on and on. Every single time we have touched the red line, but we have surpassed it and we have gone way above it. And I mean, recently in 2021, we reached just the middle part right here, but we haven't touched the green part, which is literally the upper band of the bull market, right? Which is the green. And so what I see right now is, let's just say that we're right here in October 22nd of 2024, and let's say that we're going into 2025, and let's say that we're going to be in September. Like if you were just to be conservative and you just say that the market is going to grow, whatever happens, let's just say the Federal Reserve puts like the cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin or whatever on its balance sheet, right? You can easily see the market of crypto easily top and touch the, at least on the lower conservative end, the middle of these two bands, right? From the red and the green, and you're sitting at just about literally like $36 billion or $35 billion, right? Or something like that. Or I'm sorry, not $35 billion. You're sitting at almost about 20 some billion, 20 some trillion dollars with a T, right? Not a billion. I apologize. So when you're looking at this, you can easily see that the market is set to grow way more than it has ever seen before. There's going to be a lot of money that's going to flow into the market. I mean, right now you have meme coins that a lot of people are making money off of. Where do you think that meme coin money is going to go? It's going to be put right back in the market. It's going to go into Bitcoin. And then right after Bitcoin, alt season is going to start. All that money that people made from meme coins is going to go to Bitcoin. All that money that people made from Bitcoin is going to go to literally altcoins. HBAR is an altcoin, right? XRP, all those coins. So when you see it and you look at it from that perspective, there's a lot of money that can really flow into the overall cryptocurrency that can help HBAR reach its all-time high again and then go surpass it to that $2 and $3 mark, right? And then you also have to combine that, and I really want to talk about this too. And we're going to move in, we're going from the overall crypto market, we're going to go and start talking about HBAR's potential partnership with BlackRock, because it intercedes, it literally connects with what I'm talking about, the HBAR right now and then the current market cap. So right now, what we're going to talk about is HBAR's partnership with BlackRock. In order to understand exactly what we're talking about, HBAR's partnership with BlackRock, what we have to understand is this is the current governing council of HBAR, right? You have all these companies. You have Google, you have LG, you have Dell, you have BitGo. You have a lot of these major companies. You have Boeing. You have these companies that are sitting on the governing council of HBAR that are helping it grow, right? You have Avery Dennison. You have a bunch of these companies. In order for you to understand what I'm talking about for BlackRock, let's just say that we're gonna get right back into it, right? So as you guys can see something right here. For the last 3 years, I've been in HBAR since 2021, the very first bull run. I've seen this go all-time high. I've seen it go that high. I've been there. I've seen everything that you could possibly imagine. And since then, I have been accumulating HBAR since then, right? So I'm a bull on HBAR, and I know what I'm holding because I've done 3 years, 4 years worth of research on this coin, right? So that being said, we're going to get into potential partnership with BlackRock. So in exactly, which was about, I believe, in April, like around there, you had rumors that HBAR was partnering with BlackRock, and that's why the coin rallied the way that it did over here at 17 cents. Literally, we were at about 7 cents, and we rallied it to like 17, right? So you have to understand one thing: this was false, right? BlackRock came out and they said that they did not have a partnership with HBAR and blah 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 blah, right? So whatever happened. So since then, you have to understand why they said that, right? Because HBAR didn't have a direct partnership with BlackRock. They were using a company that BlackRock had something blah blah blah. They had a bunch of connections, but it wasn't really BlackRock. For the purpose of this video, we're going to talk about a direct partnership with BlackRock and what it means for Hedera Hashgraph, right? So as you guys can see today, we witnessed history as BlackRock's ICS U.S. Treasury Money Market Fund MMF is tokenized on Hedera with ARCA X, and I don't even want to pronounce that, not because I'm gonna butcher it up. Marking a major milestone in asset management by bringing the world's largest asset manager on chain, right? And then you have BlackRock come out and they said that, hey, look, we're not really doing any of, we're not directly involved. If some other company is, then we're not that company. So that happened, and then that resulted in the rally. And then you also saw a major sell-off that happened from there, right? So literally, Then you had this, right? BlackRock, the world's largest manager, has no commercial relationship with Hedera and did not choose Hedera HashGraph to tokenize any of its funds. However, in April 2024, the HBAR Foundation announced that blockchain firms, these two, and tokenized ICS US Treasury Fund on Hedera. This announcement caused HBAR's token to rally over 100%, but then declined by over 35% over BlackRock's clarified that it was not involved, right? Since then, so this was in April, since then, and you also had literally 2-3 months later, you had BlackRock comes out and talks about tokenization. Literally, after that little debacle, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it, you had BlackRock that came out, and the CEO, this is what happened. I'm going to read it exactly how I literally found it online. You can find this information on Google. This is where I got this from, right? We're going to keep this extremely simple for this video. So July 2024, 3 to 4 months after the announcement that HBAR made over here, you have this connection, right? You have BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has been vocal about transformative potential of tokenization for financial assets. But also you got to remember that Larry Fink's been talking about this for almost a decade now, since like literally the founding of Bitcoin, and he's been very bullish. So this is a preset of like what I'm about to talk about later in the video. So in an interview with Bloomberg earlier this year, Fink stated we could customize strategies through tokenization that fits every individual. We would have instantaneous settlement, right? So it's literally they're trying to go ahead and make it trying to make it so easy that everything happens immediately. So what is BlackRock's, like how much does BlackRock do in transactions per year? In order to understand that, what you're dealing with, the magnitude that BlackRock operates in, you have to understand this. BlackRock trades in an excess of $15 trillion each year and executes approximately 60,000 trades on a daily basis for a diverse set of clients across index, active, systematic, and fundamental strategies. The most important is that the client tells us how their exposure should be put into place, he said, right? This is Larry Fink talking. So I asked ChatGPT if HBAR could handle BlackRock's $15 trillion. This is what AI, ChatGPT, said. And I know you might be saying, why would you use ChatGPT? ChatGPT, by far, OpenAI, by far, is the most intelligent being on Earth right now, right? And it's only going to evolve from there. I could literally find information online and I could provide it to you, but it won't be as accurate as ChatGPT. So what does ChatGPT say? So ChatGPT says, I asked it a question, what would HBAR be able to handle $15 trillion of transactions per year if BlackRock chose to go with HBAR for their tokenization for their assets, financial assets? So the response that I got, HBAR could theoretically handle large-scale transactions like $15 trillion per year if BlackRock were to choose it for tokenizing financial assets, thanks to several key features of the Hedera network. We all know this. And this, I'm going to repeat it again in this because the AI is telling us that this is what would take to manage $15 trillion. Hedera HashGraph, so scalability and throughput, right? Hedera HashGraph is designed for high throughput and can handle up to 10,000 transactions per second. In its current setup for regular transactions, with this capacity, Hedera can manage large transaction volumes efficiently. To put in perspective, 10,000 transactions equals to about 315 billion transactions per year, assuming 365 days, which is more than capable of supporting the necessary transaction load even if financial assets were being tokenized at high volumes. That's astonishing. That's amazing. Low transaction costs. This is what will save BlackRock billions and billions and hundreds of billions of dollars. Low transaction costs. One of Hedera's competitive advantages is its low transaction fees, usually less than a fraction of a cent per transaction. Even for high volume financial transactions, the network can maintain its low cost structure, making it economically feasible to process significant amounts of value in assets. And then you also have security and finality. Hedera's consensus mechanism based on this tolerance ABFT ensures high security and finality of transactions, meaning once a transaction is done, it's final. This is essential for high value asset tokenization, where security is critical. Hedera achieves finality within 3 to 5 seconds per transaction, which is amazing, which would suit a financial institution like BlackRock that needs reliable and secure transaction settlements, right? And then you also have number 4, enterprise-grade infrastructure. Hedera has enterprise governance and network stability due to counsel of large companies, including Google, IBM, Boeing, and others, making a trusted option for institutions like BlackRock. Hedera is also designed to comply with the regulatory requirements, an important consideration for handling trillions of dollars in financial assets. Out of all the coins that are on the market, HBAR is by far the most compliant with all the regulatory agencies in the US, right? That's why there's no cases on HBAR like, for example, what you had in XRP. So it's a very feasible, it's a very doable, it's a very achievable thing to have, right? I mean, it's easy for HBAR to go to a big company like that and say, look, we can do this, and they will say, oh yeah, look, hey, look, you haven't been investigated, you have all the infrastructure that we need, and you have all the things that we're looking for, which is a centralized aspect, right? I mean, of course it's decentralized, but they have a centralized aspect of stuff. And then also, this is what the ending of the ChatGPT said: feasibility of $15 trillion in transaction volume. If BlackRock were to tokenize assets worth $15 trillion on Hedera, it wouldn't mean $15 trillion in actual monetary transactions, but tokenized value exchange. The infrastructure can support this volume of tokenized transactions, and with its existing capabilities, the network would not be able to be bottlenecked by transaction throughput, right? It can easily be achieved. That basically means it can be achieved very easily. There's no major setbacks that you will find on other chains, right? You have all the aspects that a big company like that will be looking for, and it's this, right? The challenge would be more about adoption, integration into BlackRock's ecosystem, regulatory hurdles, and ensuring interoperability with existing financial systems rather than inherent limitations of the Hedera network. So in order for this partnership to really happen, in order for this to really take place, you would need a ecosystem that's already being used in the sphere of BlackRock, right? If they were to go ahead and change everything, that's going to cost them billions of dollars. They need an option that can easily be connected without disrupting their daily operations. So that's what they're saying is the hurdle, but let me tell you something. Well, it's not really saying it's a hurdle, but that's what it's saying is needed for HBAR to be a major asset to be used by BlackRock. So I'm going to tell you something, which is ask ChatGPT about BlackRock's connection with other governing members on Hedera Hashgraph, right? In summary, HBAR's infrastructure is robust enough to handle $15 trillion of tokenized financial transactions annually, making a suitable choice for BlackRock were to go if they were to go through their route for asset tokenization. So this is where it gets very, very, very interesting. You may be saying, and you might have said throughout this video, that what are the chances of this actually happening, right? Because we've been talking about this for almost 3 years now, and nothing's really come out of it, right? This is probably the best time for something like this to even happen, and this is probably what's going to really be the tipping point for HBAR to be that multi hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars of an asset, right? Because BlackRock is obviously worth $15 trillion. So BlackRock owns shares of 4 of the governing council members on Hedera Hashgraph, right? So I asked ChatGPT, does BlackRock own any shares of these companies? So I basically put a screenshot in there. In this image, I can see a collection of logos. So basically it's going on rambling, and it goes and it says BlackRock manages significant portfolios through funds like iShare ETFs and other investment vehicles, which often include a wide range of publicly traded companies. For example, it is highly likely that BlackRock holds shares in publicly traded companies, which they do, by the way. BlackRock literally owns almost every company in the U.S. stock market, right? One way or another, they own a piece of every major company, especially a Fortune 500 company. You literally have Google, you have IBM, LG, and Boeing, all of which BlackRock has had a hand in, right? So the interoperability that we talked about earlier is very achievable when we're talking about for example, Fortune 500 companies. BlackRock will likely go with a company that has experience with other companies in its portfolio that have used it thoroughly, which by this time, Google has used it for almost 4 years now, right? You have Boeing that's been using it for almost 3-4 years now. So you have these companies that have used HBAR for a very long time. So there is a level of trust that has already been developed that I believe a multi-trillion-dollar company like BlackRock would want to look at, right? You rather than going with, for example, QNT that doesn't have partnerships with such big companies, they don't have a governing council like HBAR. It's very hard for a company that is worth billions and trillions of dollars, for example, BlackRock, to go with that tokenized platform if they don't have a way of understanding if that's actually worked previously with other companies in their portfolios. So it makes more sense. It's more feasible. It makes logical sense that in this bull run that we're about to have, there's a good chance that HBAR could either partner up or there could be a portion of ETFs or whatever, because it main adoption, because this is probably going to be a really big bull run, that these interoperabilities where HBAR is used in BlackRock have a much significant chance of happening, right? It's a possibility. I mean, obviously, anything can happen, and I'm not saying that BlackRock's the only way that HBAR can go to, for example, $95 billion, $136 billion, but I think that this is one of the most feasible routes for HBAR to reach those milestones, especially when you have a big bank that has that amount of money that's being used by, or that HBAR is using, where BlackRock is using HBAR for their tokenization needs, right? And obviously anything can happen, and there's other avenues also, but for the purpose of this video, we're talking about BlackRock, right? Obviously, there could be partnerships with Tesla, there could be partnerships with OpenAI, there could be partnerships with other big companies like Naveed, right? But data processing, whatever, or Amazon Web Services. But for this video, we're talking about BlackRock. And that being said, in my last video, the major one that I made, which was the ultimate guide to HBAR, I talked about a price target that I had for HBAR, and I'm going to stick to it because right now, the same market cap, everything is basically the same. You have $1.9 billion of a market cap. You have the price of HBAR being 5 cents per token. If you were to buy 15,000 coins in HBAR right now, and literally right now, if you were to buy it, it's going to cost you about $750, maybe $800, depending on, because it's increased a little bit, by like a couple cents or a couple, like tenths of cents, whatever. So you can literally see right now, we have the price of HBAR being $1.9 billion, $750, and ultra conservative, depending on how you're looking at this. What are you looking at? If we were to go with potential partnerships, let's say that BlackRock doesn't even come through, and let's just say that they have other partnerships, for example, with Amazon Web Services, or let's say that they use a tokenized platform, or for example, Naveed uses it, or OpenAI uses it for their AI, whatever happens, right, for transactions, for any purpose whatsoever, you can easily see the price of HBAR. I'm not even going to talk about ultra conservative because I believe that it's going to reach that price regardless this next bull run, because we have seen the last bull run, it reached almost 50 cents, right? And I believe this bull run will literally pull it way above that mark to that $1.50 to $2.50 mark as an ultra conservative price target. I believe that if those partnerships do kick in, even if BlackRock kicks in, I do think that this is a multi-$100 billion token. This can be an easy market cap in the top 5 of the overall cryptocurrency coins in the market, right? Which meaning that it could be $3.60, it could be $5, which is the ultra bullish scenario. If you have a big bank like, for example, BlackRock join in, even if you have Bank of America, whatever you have any of these big banks that have such big volumes in transactions, even if it's a trading, let's just say it's Wall Street, anyone that's using it, right? Let's say it's like the index funds, whatever, right? If they're using something like this, there's a lot of money flowing through HBAR. There's a lot of HBAR tokens that are being utilized, and they're meaning that as those tokens are utilized, you're going to see the price of HBAR go up even significantly, right? Do I think that HBAR is going to reach $10? I don't think that's a possibility this bull run, but again, anything can happen. I do think that from 5 cents, we do have a possibility of reaching $2.50. We have a possibility of reaching $3.60, and we do have a possibility of reaching $5. That is a market cap of literally $95 billion, $136.8 billion, and $190 billion. Your $750 investment in HBAR right now would literally make you $37,000, $54,000, or $75,000. I believe that anyone in crypto right now, or anyone that's been watching HBAR for a very long time, knows that what you're holding is very valuable and it has the potential to go ahead and make you a lot of money. And obviously none of this is financial advice, so if you're trying to get into anything that I'm talking about, get into it with your own your due diligence. I'm only providing you the information that I see and then that I found that I believe will help the community. So that being said, I hope you found this video very helpful. If you did, please go down below again and click that like button and subscribe for more videos. And down below in the comments, tell me what you think about HBAR. If you're holding it, tell me, what do you think the price target in your opinion is going to be this next bull run? Obviously, this is my information. This is me showing what I believe HBAR is going to be, but I want to hear what you think that the price of HBAR is going to be in 2025. So that being said, I thank you so much for watching. Take care.